Let's talk about something while they're playing games that I found out I couldn't believe. What is the #1 capital in the world, the place where you are most likely to have your children kidnapped? Mexico City, #1. What do you think the second worst city is in the world? Phoenix, Arizona. Excuse me? Daryl N. Carlo, radio talk show host from KTAR and author of Another Man's Sombrero, is here. Daryl, you were on my radio program today, and we were talking about this. I found this stat out yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. How many people in Phoenix, Arizona were kidnapped last year?
Yeah, let that sink in, by the way, Glenn. In the world, not just America. We had almost one a day on the record. Off the record, according to my police sources, it's 2 to 4, 3 to 5. So for the people falling through the cracks that we'll never know about, we, of course, don't know if they've been recovered or not. It's out of control.
Okay, so you had over almost 365 people last year. How many on the record last year?
On the record, 359 last year, according to the numbers that I have here. As a matter of fact,
how is this possible? You have John McCain running for president. He doesn't want to talk about the border. Nobody wants to talk about the border. And you have 350-some people kidnapped last year?
Yeah, on the record. As a matter of fact, in Arizona, if you're stealing a car, it's called a 487V. 487V, cops all know, stolen vehicle. Swear to God, Glenn, on the streets of Phoenix, the cops are using 487M. Swear, you know, stolen Mexican. There's literally kidnaps every day, on the record, at least 1, 2 to 3 that we don't know about.
All right. Now, are these U.S. citizens? Are these illegal aliens? Who are these people?
Yeah, that's the great point. It's mostly in the illegal drug cartel area, and the ones who are being stolen aren't always the good guys either. We had one just a couple of days ago, and the people who did the stealing, of course, were filled to the brim with guns and drugs and everything else. The guy that they kidnapped had an equal amount of drugs and guns. So we've had the drug cartels come into Phoenix, Arizona, and they've set up residents with fully automatic machine gun fire. They have no problem moving into a neighborhood near me and taking people hostage and holding them for ransom. And if people like me get in the way, we are just contraband. We're just the byproduct of the war that's taking place here now.
Okay. I find this absolutely fascinating. We're doing a piece on, I believe, on Monday's show. Gresh, are we doing this on Monday's show with Texas? Okay. It's like talking to God. But except he answers me sometimes. On Monday's broadcast, we're gonna talk about Texas, because Texas now, with Governor Perry, they are starting to plan, in case of a collapse of Mexico, the flood of people that are coming out of Mexico that will try to be escaping a narco state, and the violence that will come with them. Here we have the former governor of your state. How was she confirmed? How is she now the head of Homeland Security when her state is almost literally on fire?
The one prop I'll give Janet Napolitano is she was the first to say, let's send reserves, let's send some of our military down to the border in some way, shape, or form. So she does get props there.
It's obviously working really well. You only had 355 on the record kidnapped last year.
Yeah, right, exactly. And the flip side to that, though, Glenn, is the fact that she and so many others in politics here would love to see the illegals here become a part of the fabric in a very legalized way. And the same with John McCain. He and I got into a major fight in Iowa during the caucuses because I dared to ask him a question on the record about this very issue. Barack Obama didn't want to talk about it. Hillary Clinton didn't talk about it. John McCain didn't want to talk about it, because this is the seamy underbelly. They all want this legitimized, but the problem is with the legitimate whatever the word would be, Glenn. Thank you, my friend. With that comes all the illegal contraband, all the drug cartels that are now moving into Phoenix, Arizona, Tucson, Nogales. And the problem, according to my sources, it's not if Mexico falls, but when Mexico falls because of their economic conditions. Guess who gets the fallout first? We do in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
And it's going to move from here to Colorado to New Mexico and on
your
goes
cops
the list.
Your cops have been asking for rifles, and you're being told you don't have any money for rifles.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
right. Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Let me take you down the process. We've got 60 long guns or rifles for cops right now. They've got another 60 on order. I've been told as of this morning it will take about 10 months for the next shipment to come through, because you and I have talked about how do we outfit the law enforcement community with weapons.
You go to a gun store and you buy one.
Yeah, well, again, we've got 2 wars going on, so they've taken some of that out of the mix. So I'm buying what you're selling, but when I spoke to my officers off the record, they agreed. They said, look, we will take as many as we can get. The problem is we've got a chief of police here, Jack Harris, who will not move forward. The city of Phoenix finally, just a few months ago, said, all right, we'll allow the cops to carry long guns. The chief doesn't want them to have them. I'm sorry.
Daryl. You find somebody in the government down there with a badge that wants the guns, and I have a feeling I know at least some radio listeners that wouldn't mind sending them a gun or two to anybody who has a badge down there. This is ridiculous that our law enforcement officers are facing automatic weapons and more. With what can we get? Hey, maybe we can get some blow darts. What are we doing?
Hey, Glenn, listen to this. It's really bad. The way it works right now is, all right, you go to a drop house or one of these ransom kidnapping situations. You don't have a long gun. They have fully automatic weapons waiting for you on the other side of the door. You realize you're outgunned. So you step back. You call for a supervisor. Supervisor has to be somewhere in the area. He then drives over, could be 10, 15 minutes away, and gives you a long gun that he carries on him at this point. That's what we're dealing with here. And let me give you a perspective. Dallas, Texas, 600 of these on the ground. 600 of them on the ground in Dallas. We've got 50 or 60.
Okay, all right. I can't take anymore. I know I can't take anymore. I really, Daryl, I can't. America.